Okay, so step 1, it says move the constant to the other side. So the constant, by the way, is your C value. So the first thing we're going to do is move that C value to the right side. And when we do that, okay, you're going to insert 2 blanks. So on the back of your paper, you're just writing, you can just write down the problem and take little notes. So like I would just write move, step 1, move C, insert 2 blanks. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to move the C values. So when I do that, you add 7 to each side, add 7 to each side. So over here, so it's going to be x squared plus 6x. Here's where my first blank is going to go. I'm going to push plus blank equals. My 7 is now over here. I'm going to put 7 plus blank. So we're going to move the C value and we're going to insert 2 blanks. Okay. Step 2. Now if I would write divide B. Divide, because it says the middle term, which is your B. Divide B by 2 and square it. That's step 2. So what we're going to do is 6 divided by 2, which gives me 3. And then we square it, which gives me 9. This number is what goes in these blanks. So we're going to write it in right here. It says add what you squared to both sides of the equal sign and simplify. So it's x squared plus 6. Okay, I'm going to write it here again. X squared plus 6x plus blank equals 7 plus blank. Here's where my 9 comes. 9 here, 9 here. Okay, now it asks me to simplify. So what we did by moving the constant and entering in that number is we created like the perfect quadratic that is so easy to simplify. Okay, it's the same parenthesis twice. So it's like x plus 2 times x plus 2, x plus 3 times x plus 3, x plus 4 times x plus 4. Okay, so it's going to be the same parenthesis twice. We're only going to write it one time. Okay, and this is how you're going to write it. So when it says to simplify, we're going to break down this quadratic. Okay, and you're going to write it in 1 parenthesis squared. And that's equal to, what's 7 plus 9? 16. Okay, so let's figure out what goes in this parenthesis. So first off is an x. So you're going to put an x. The only thing you have to do to figure out what goes in that parenthesis is divide b by 2. So what's 6 divided by 2? Perfect. Because if you think about it, 3 times 3 gives you 9, while 3 plus 3 give you 6. So it's like the perfect quadratic. Does that make sense? I'm trying to cut extra steps out, so if you don't understand, I can go into more detail. Once we do a couple of them, you'll feel more comfortable. Okay, so don't freak out yet. Okay, so step 4, take the square root of both sides. The reason for that, okay, and this is why I don't like why we teach this for you right here, is because you don't understand. The square root, what we did yesterday, eliminates this little bitty squared. Okay, so what we're going to do, you got x plus 3 squared equals 16. You're going to square root each side. What that does is this square root gets rid of this little 2. So all you have left is x plus 3. Huh?
X plus 3 equals 4.
Equals, here's the thing. You want to insert a plus or minus. Because you know how we have been finding two answers? Okay? So this is going to be plus or minus 4. So the square root of 16 is 4. 4 times 4. So when it says solve for x, we have to take this, set it up to a positive 4. Take this, set it up to a negative 4. So it's x plus 3 equals positive 4. X plus 3 equals negative 4. And then we just do our basic solving for x. Minus 3, x equals 1. Minus 3, x equals negative 7. Ooh, you want to know what's fun that I just thought of? I wonder if our test scores are going to go up because a lot of y'all came back.
What if they go down?
Then I suck as a teacher.
What if it's the kids who suck?
Yeah, but it's my fault that they suck. It's Coach Smith's fault also. Hello. Good, how are you? Oh, good. Just teaching some completing the square. We're gonna get out of it. We're gonna get out of your hair by 4:30, 4:45. Of course. So this is our thing: is we are going to condition at the beginning, and then we have a little bunting type stuff. So we're only going to need we'll probably need like your little area because we're gonna do JV and varsity real quick. So like where the nets and all that stuff is, we won't need any of that. And like you can almost come like all the way to the field. Well, they could even throw and all that stuff down there, right? Oh, you're not? Yep. Yeah, we'll try to get out of there as fast as possible so you don't get your tryout done so you don't have to stay so late. Ugh. Okay. Ugh. Not us. Did you know that we could take 2 different buses for varsity? I didn't know that till today. What? Oh, totally now. I was just going to come. I was talking to them yesterday about just having a travel team. Now we're definitely taking 2 because I asked about driving. Our meeting got cut short because I forgot something at home and my computer at home, and so I had to run home, and so our preseason meeting wasn't very long. So there might have been some details I missed. No. I take a JV bus and a varsity bus. We're gonna take 3 buses. He drives, so he'll drive the JV. Overton will take 1. Yeah, and then I'm gonna drive. Oh, good. Right. We're doing number 1. Yeah. Correct. Yep. Yep. I know. This sucks. This crazy world we're living in. Oh my God. Like it was somebody that's not even eligible right now. And you're running by my varsity pitcher. Get away. No, they don't. Big kids. All right, I gotta go. I gotta teach this. I'll call you back. Bye. People like to talk. Where's the other half of my charger? Okay, let's move on. We're gonna do numero uno. Sorry, that was Coach Smith, the baseball coach. We're talking about how coaching this year is just so much different. It's just crazy, the stuff we have to do. Nutty. All right. So step one. Yes, sir.
Where'd you get the 4 example?
You take the b, divide it by 2, and square it. Wait, what 4, hun?
16. 4. What's the square root of 16?
Oh, 4. Yeah, the square root of 16 is 4.
Oh.
So we set this one. When we square rooted each side, doop, square root of 16 is 4. Okay. Where were we? Where was I? No, but I can't find. There it is. Okay. Okay, so step 1, move constant. Okay, so get off your phones. I'm sorry I distracted you. Move your constant, and we're going to insert our blanks. X squared plus 4x plus blank equals 45 plus blank. Okay. Step 2. Find out what goes in these blanks. So it's b. What's my b?
4.
Divide it by 2, which is 2. Then square it, which is 4. I don't know what that is. So 4 goes here. 4 goes here. Now I simplify. So I'm going to figure out what this factors out to be, and it's going to be really easy. Equals, what's 45 plus 4? All right. So it's x, and then what's half of your b? 2. Perfect. From here, we do the square root step. And we're going to set this up to plus or minus, okay? So when I do the square root, it gets rid of the little 2. It leaves me with x plus 2. What's the square root of 49? 7. So my answer is going to be x plus 2 equals the positive 7, and x plus 2 equals negative 7. And then I just solve for x. Minus 2, minus 2, x equals 5. Minus 2, minus 2, x equals negative 9. How are you feeling? Okay-ish after that one was a little bit better? First one's a little rocky. Did I hear not good or I am good?
Epic.
Epic. So that's good. All right. Huh?
I don't know.
let's try again. So what color is that?
That's cool.
Dark blue. We're not doing this bottom half, by the way. You can go ahead and mark it out. Actually, I marked this one out too, and I'm going to fix this one. This is x squared minus 8x minus 47. So you'll only have a few problems to do, like 4, because I'm going to do the next one for you. Actually, I'm going to do number 3, okay? So number 2 will be like number 3, and so number 4 and all that stuff will be the same. So let's do number 3. X squared plus 5x equals 23 minus x. So x squared x squared plus 5x equals, is it positive 23?
Yeah.
Minus x. Okay, so here's the thing. Step 1 is to move the constant, right? The number. Guess what? It's already moved. So, cool. Don't have to do anything. Okay? But the issue is what is also over there. So we're going to have to move that back to the left and insert our blank. So we're going to put x plus x. Okay. Now we're going to insert our blanks. X squared plus 6x plus blank equals 23 plus blank. Okay, so to figure out what goes in our blanks, we take our b, which is 6, divide it by 2, which gives us, and then we square it. 9. 9 goes here. 9 goes here. Okay, so let's simplify. So to get my parenthesis, I just put x, and then I take the b, and I divide it by 2. What does that give me? 3, and that equals, what's 23 plus 9? 32. Now what I do is I square root. And here's where yesterday comes into play. Okay, we're going to put plus, minus. All right, let's reduce to 32. 32 breaks down to what? 8 and 4. 4 breaks down to 2 and 2. 8 breaks down to 4 and 2. 4 breaks down to. So we're looking for sets of 2. Here's one set. Here's 2 sets. So when we have multiple sets, what we do is we multiply them together. So there was 1, 2. There's another set of 2. So 2 times 2 is 4. So a 4 comes out. And then what do we have left over? A 2. And then when it's like this, okay, because that is not a perfect square root, we move the 3 and we just put it in the front of all this business over here. So x equals negative 3 plus or minus 4 square root of 2. So if you have an irrational number, you're just going to write that number in front of it. So what is the answer? Yeller, right?
Yep.
Yellow.
Yes.
Was that excitement?
That's a code.
I'm going to do one more, and then you're going to have 1, 2, 3 to do. So hard. Let's do number 4. X squared equals 10x minus 1. 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 X squared equals. Okay, so it has to be the x squared and the x on the left and the number on the right. So what is on the right that we have to move to the left side? The 10x. So minus 10x. And we're going to minus 10x. And when we do this, this is where we insert our blanks, okay? So x squared minus 10x plus blank equals negative 1 plus blank. Now we figure out what goes in those blanks. So it's negative 10 divided by 2. Negative 5 squared, that's negative 5 times negative 5. Which gives you positive 25. Because a negative times a negative gives you a positive. Okay, so here's where we write our parentheses squared equals, and then what's negative 1 plus 25? 24. All right, so this parentheses is x, and then what's b divided by 2? Negative 5. Okay, here's where we square root, and we write our plus and minus. So I'm going to square root. So when I do that, it gets rid of that little 2. It just leaves you with what you have in the parenthesis. Equals. Plus or minus. Okay, let's reduce 24. What are factors of 24? 8 and 3. Cool. Sorry, I already wrote it down. 4 and 2. 2 and 2. I have one set of 2's. And then I have a 2 and a 3 left. So whatever you have left, you have to multiply back together. So what does that give me? 6. Sorry. The last step is just to get x by itself. So move that 5 and put it in front of that plus minus. So x equals 5 plus or minus 2 square roots of 6. Is it as hard as it was at the beginning? I mean, it's going to be a little difficult, but isn't it fun that you look at this stuff and, like, if you would have saw this at the beginning of the year, you'd be like, what is going on? You know, like, there is no way I'm going to be able to do it, and now you're doing it, and you're maybe thinking, maybe it's not as hard as I thought? No? No one's thinking that? No one at all thinks, oh, wow. No one's kind of impressed with yourself, like, hey, I'm able to do this. Looks a lot harder than I thought. No?
Yeah, I'm going to use this one.
Thank you. I'm not asking if you're going to use this when you get an adult, but you should be proud of yourself that you're able to do this stuff. Whatever.
Oh, at least he did good. Let me do it.
Well, I hope